Hi, my name is Douglas Martinez, and welcome to this New Mexico Highlands University student presentation of an advertising overview, the current state of advertising. Some people say that advertising is dead. I'm not one of them. The truth is, it's growing. The impact of advertising on the overall economy is an important part of what moves our world economy forward. And more importantly, the people at the top of the advertising industry have a pretty amazing insight into where our economy is at, where it's going, and how healthy things are. According to market research company eMarketer, global paid media was expected to climb this year by 5.7% to $542.5 billion. The United States is, by far, the largest advertising market in the world. In 2015, more than 180 billion US dollars were spent in advertising in the United States. Forecasts show healthy projections for the ad market in the US for 2016, as media advertising spending is expected to reach the 200 billion US dollar mark this year. Television has been the biggest advertising medium in the United States in the last few years, and is projected to maintain the market lead in 2016. TV advertising revenue is forecast to grow from 71 billion US dollars in 2015 to around 75 billion US dollars in 2016. As Americans, TV viewing habits have changed over the last few years. The TV ad market has been naturally adapting to these new ways of consuming television. Primetime TV advertising has been one of the main pillars of TV ads in terms of revenue. Yet only 18% of TV viewers in the US watch the commercials during primetime shows. Advertisers still invest in television, but they're using different strategies to reach its public as they turn to live TV for a wider reach or have a better integration between TV ads with other platforms. Online TV advertising is another alternative to this changing market. The medium accounted for an estimation of 4% of TV advertising revenue in the US in 2015. Television ad spending, however, is projected to lose its top position in the industry soon. Digital advertising spending has seen an unprecedented growth in the last few years and is expected to become the biggest ad medium in the US by 2017. Digital advertising spending is forecast to increase from nearly 50 billion US dollars in 2014 to around 67 billion US dollars in 2016. Display formats such as video, sponsorships, rich media, and banners are the most popular formats in digital advertising in the US. In terms of devices, mobiles are the biggest bet of digital advertisers. In 2015, mobile advertising spending was already higher than desktop spending. This gap is projected to increase even further in 2016. When we look at the growth of digital advertising, those numbers are built on the massive growth in mobile advertising. In 2015, for the first time, more advertising was spent on mobile than on desktop ads. As everyone spends more time on mobile, with 3 hours and 8 minutes spent per US adult daily this year, this trend will grow. The percentage spent on mobile is forecasted by eMarketer to grow to 63% this year, 70% or $65 billion by 2019. When we look at mobile advertising, the growth of Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are the largest factors. Facebook is predicted to reach $6.3 billion in mobile revenue in 2016, more than 3 times the mobile ad revenue of Google. There's a new sheriff in town, and his name is programmatic advertising. Programmatic ad buying has changed the face of online advertising, but there's still confusion around what it actually is. Programmatic ad buying typically refers to the use of software to purchase digital advertising, as opposed to the traditional process that involves RFPs, human negotiations, and manual insertion orders. It's using machines to buy ads, basically. So why does programmatic advertising matter? Because it's efficient. Before programmatic ad buying, digital ads were bought and sold by human ad buyers and salespeople who can be expensive and unreliable. Programmatic advertising technology promises to make the ad buying system more efficient and therefore cheaper by removing humans from the process wherever possible. Humans get sick, need to sleep, and come to work hungover. Machines do not. Parallel to television and digital advertising, more traditional mediums for advertising, such as radio, magazine, outdoor, and newspaper, have seen their market share decrease in the last few years as advertisers turn to other types of media. Together, these four mediums are forecast to account for 25% of all advertised spending in the U.S. in 2016, a significant decrease from the 2010 figure. Then radio, magazine, outdoor, newspapers held nearly 40% of the share at that time. Despite this decline, these mediums are still relevant for the industry, and both radio advertising and cinema advertising spending are projected to slightly increase in 2016. As you can see, the future continues to look bright for advertising in its many forms. Thank you for watching this presentation.